trying to do this whole compare thing. Oh, she look better. I'm like, well, I'm natural, so if you don't compare me to the natural thing of who.
Yeah, it seemed like it got competitive because she saw you still
have
your
confidence. So there's that.
Yeah.
And that's with anybody and everybody. Clark it. Can we Clark it, please? Like, girl. Welcome back to another episode of Look at the Material podcast. I'm your host, BK, and today I will be reacting to KeKe Palmer interviewing Chelley and Olandria from Love Island USA Season 7. Now, keep in mind, this interview was conducted shortly after Olandria left the villa, like maybe 2 days after. Hence, you can see the braids that she still has in. This was maybe like a week or so after Chelley was booted off by Fuck Ass America and your dumbass votes. So keep in mind that some of the questions that KeKe may ask might be repeats of interviews that you've already seen. Some of the answers that they gave in this interview may be different now than when they recorded this episode because a lot has happened. A lot of people have been popping on podcasts, interviews, and things like that. So just give these ladies grace. This is meant to be a safe space for them. I'm assuming this is meant to be a safe space for them to just express themselves without having the microaggressions and racism that's coming from other podcasts like Call Her Daddy, Chicks in the Office, File Files, things like that. So without further ado, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's look at the material.
If y'all haven't been watching Love Island USA this season, where have you been living? Under a rock! Because my guest today had us locked in since day one, from that Casa Amor elimination fake out to that chaotic heart rate challenge, and yes, a little action in the hideaway. Chelley and Olandria brought the drama, the laughs, and one of the realest friendships we saw all season. But what was really going on in that villa? Are there connections built to last? Seriously, what is the future of Nicolandria looking like? Plus, can every girl truly be a girl's girl? Because some of y'all were looking a little suspect, honey. Chelley and Olandria are fresh out of the villa and ready to spill the tea.
Key on fresh out of the villa, y'all. Fresh out of the villa. Remember this. Keep that in mind. Bear in mind.
So let's get into it. This episode is presented in partnership with Airbnb. Baby, summer's calling, and she's got...
I'm sorry, KeKe. I cannot let you get that ad off. And fuck Airbnb.
Okay, girls, before I get into everything I want to get into with you guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. Like, am I your first interview?
Yes. You are.
Yeah!
And thank you for having us.
Now KeKe got the exclusive, honey. Now she got the post-billing exclusive, honey. I love that.
I'm thrilled. Okay, so you get back to America, you get your phones. Mm-hmm. What's the first thing that you do? You know, do you immediately go online or do you just call your family?
I call my family.
I will say, already seeing how KeKe is excited to see these ladies, you can see their guard drop immediately. This is exactly what we were looking for in terms of an interview from both of them.
I did a group FaceTime.
I don't know. I think I turned it on and everything just started coming in. So I'm like, what is this? I just click and now I'm seeing all this stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? So then I just hit up my family group chat. And I was like, hey, y'all. And then everyone was like, oh my gosh, you got your phone. So it was both. I was talking to family and looking at what is going on here.
Now, before y'all get to y'all phone and everything, is there like a time period where you talk to any therapists or you're like in between?
Yeah.
Like, what happens? The show ends, you see who wins, then y'all go where?
Well, it was different for both of us because
I know for you guys left.
Yeah, so for me it was
I wasn't on it either.
I know.
Yeah.
KeKe is us. Because how were there people celebrating Chelley and Ace leaving? It's two Americas, bitch. It's two Americas.
Trust me, I was hurt.
No, I know.
It didn't make any sense. Meanwhile,
I was
Huda
like,
and Chris are breaking up on the last day.
So I'm like, you know what?
Ooh. Meanwhile, Huda's fans literally voted for them to stay. Why? To spite Chelley? To spite Ace? The one couple that was like closed off and in love? Actually? Got it.
We'll get to
the
that.
math, not math, but I was ready to go. I was happy to go, to be honest. So, but after that, it was just like, we got to meet with our therapist.
Okay, good.
Then we had to do like some side stuff, and then we were able to get our phones. So they definitely had us talking to our therapist and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So they kind of prepare you guys. Is there things that they tell y'all not to do? Like, hey, maybe wait on the online, or don't say anything too soon, or kind of teach you how to deal with such the overwhelming influx of opinions and things?
Yeah, because they made it a point that this year is big. And even you could have told us that 50,000 times.
We didn't really realize it until we came out here.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm like, what do you mean big? Like, I know last year
I
was
thought
big.
they was just like hyping us in a villa. Like, oh, this is big. Like, y'all.
But when I got my phone, I'm like, oh,
It's big for
this is
real.
what y'all talking about. So
Yeah.
they just kept letting us know, like, hey, it is big. If you need time to yourself, take your time to yourself.
Mhm.
You know, there's negativity, but there's a lot of love. So make sure you guys are focusing on the love that you see, because there's always going to be trolls. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they prepared them. It's good to know that they had a psych person. It's good to know that they were kind of preparing them. Now, you can't really fully prepare, as they're expressing, like, you can't really fully prepare for just how big it was. I feel like this season, I think they said, had like 3 times the viewership as last season, and last season was huge. So I can only imagine what they're going through, but I'm glad that production at least tried to make the landing a little bit soft.
it
Yeah.
was stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw a lot of racial influx too, which was really tough. It was tough for us, for me and my other fellow Black girls to watch you guys endure some of those things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what did your family say?
I'm glad that KeKe said that, because I've been saying all season, this season was kind of triggering to watch. Like, there were a lot of scenes where I was like, oh my God, I'm being thrown back to like 8th grade or high school or whatever. Like, especially if you're a Black girl that grew up in predominantly white spaces, seeing the way that these women were treated, and then also going online to see them being called, like, fans of Chelley being called Chelley chimps, and fans of Olandria being called Holandrians, and all this shit. Like, it was so, even people making fun of Olandria's braids. And I mean, like, you could see the way that even her disposition right now, like, like, it just pissed me off so bad. Like, as a Black viewer, we need a fucking check, damn near.
What was the support of that coming back? Because, you know, we always know racism and stuff, it exists. But when you
They
see,
went extra hard. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
even
I
with the whole
don't.
BuzzFeed thing.
No, yeah.
That was
So
crazy.
that was crazy to me, because, like I said, I wasn't seeing everything at first. I just kept seeing, before I even seen the hate, really, I just seen so much people defending us, defending
That's
me.
right.
And I was just like, you know, I don't even know what was said, but I don't even want to know what was said. But then, like, the BuzzFeed thing popped up, and I'm like, why am I eating a knuckle sandwich? Like, what I do to y'all? I'm confused.
Oh, that's what you was talking about.
Yeah, I was like,
eating another
like, why would y'all
sandwich.
give me that? And there was just so much other stuff.
If y'all don't know what the BuzzFeed thing is, BuzzFeed, in collaboration with BuzzFeed Tasty, made a post saying, this is the breakfast that we think that every Islander deserves. And on Shelley's plate was a knuckle sandwich. I kid you not.
Stuff where it was just like, where is this
Yeah.
even coming from? Like, how did it even get to this? Because on the inside, we have a whole different life than what is
Literally.
out there. So it's like, I really don't understand what made y'all think that we were these mean girls and this and that and all this stuff. My family, they obviously were very devastated to see. I just was happy to see so many people support. So even seeing you always standing up for us and speaking for us, like, that really meant a lot. Because I'm like, yo, y'all don't understand. I love her. So to see my favorites like defending us and stuff just means the world. Because it's like, you guys are Black women as well too. And really speaking and using your voice means a lot, not only to
I'm so glad that she said that, because we definitely were piping up for them. And they're like, it's just a show, and you're being so parasocial. There's a lot of parasociality that goes along with, you know, attaching yourself to these people. But defending Black women as Black people is not fucking parasocial, bitch.
me, but a lot of people who were supporting us and rocking with us. So I was just happy.
Well,
to
even
see
though
that.
you guys are having an authentic life experience, maybe you're not performing and entertaining, you're still representing.
No,
you know? And
absolutely,
I think that you represented very, very well. One thing I love so much about you, Olandria, on the show, especially seeing your journey, was like, in the beginning, it's like, okay, she's quiet, she's not doing too much, you know, she's reserved. And I wasn't sure if that was you or that was just you carrying the weight of being this Black girl on this show.
For sure.
But one thing I really loved, and we'll get into the depths of all of it, but there was a moment where you kind of really stepped outside of yourself, outside of what a lot of times Black women, we're not allowed to be, like, vulnerable and say, hey, I want this, I want you. Immediately we're told we're weak, or it's seen as soft. But it's like, you own that moment. No matter what happened with you and Taylor, you own the moment of saying, I want you, I'm going for this. And that meant a lot to me, because
Oh, that just gave me chills. Because it's just like, we can't do too much without being considered overly going, so to speak. So for her to be vulnerable, and she checked in with Taylor multiple times throughout the season, being like, hey, is this something that you want? Like, are we not doing something? Or like, hey, like, I'm gonna kiss the back of my photo in the photo booth and like put it in your drawer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, showing that vulnerability was so important. Like, girl, yeah, you can shoot your shot. I've been with my partner for 6 years and I shot my shot.
we do not get to do that. We always got to be so like, and at the end of the day, go on to the curb.
Yeah.
It's like, we gotta be
that
too-
was me prior to the
That's too
experience.
much.
That was me prior to coming into the villa. So I kind of just wanted to come into this experience with a different angle. I was like, you know what, Olandria? Like, don't come in here with old habits.
Yeah.
Let's try to progress and move forward. And obviously, me doing that, like, now I feel like, because I'm like, what's did I do that for? But it's just like,
No,
I don't know.
It made me mad, the outcome. Like, it made so many of us angry. But I was like, I hope people still can see that that's how we should come and live in our truth. Because you have no regrets.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you put everything you have forward. And so I really wanted to applaud you for that. Because
Thank you.
we have to see that. We have to.
I love that, because yeah, KeKe is so right. everything has to be like, I don't need no man. I got me at the end of the day. I'm a strong Black woman. But like, bitch, I want a romantic partner. I want to be loved. I want to be chased. And I want to be able to make a bid for that affection and make a bid for that relationship. So I'm glad that KeKe is giving her life in this moment, because everyone was like, damn, Olandria, you're so dumb. Why are you overly going for Taylor when it's obvious he don't want you? It's like, first of all, and they'll probably get into it, I saw an interview where Olandria was explaining that a lot of the stuff that Taylor was doing for her and reassuring her and all the pillow talking and shit was not shown. And I think it was specifically edited to make it seem like she was chasing him without anything happening in return. But even if that was the case, we can't be delusional. Y'all haven't ever been delusional behind somebody. And that's not even what was the case with Olandria. But like, is that such a crime? To be like trying to see the potential in someone that is not even there? Like, have y'all not related to that? Jesus.
See each other, go for it,
Right.
no matter where it goes. Now, let's talk about the beginning. What made you even want to go on Love Island? Because it's kind of scary, guys.
It is.
Yeah.
Everybody on there is very sexy.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was no issue for you two, but it's still nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean? You
yeah.
got to put your business out there.
You
know
really
what I
have
mean?
to put
You don't even know
yourself
if the
out
guys
there.
are going to be fine.
Exactly. That was my
Girl,
biggest concern.
that's our first thing.
I was worried. I'm like, God, please don't let these men be ugly.
Bro, I said, if it ain't no fine shit,
I'm out of here. Like, all right, let me go. Let
I
me
said it on
go.
episode 1. That's funny.
Right. I was really
Literally.
wait every second, like behind, like before we got out there, it was like I kept asking, like, so do the guys look good? Can you at least tell me that? Like, please just tell me that. But
Because how the fuck was Austin on there? Right.
no, to be honest, what made me want to go on there was like in the beginning, like last season, they had reached out, and that's how I found out about the show. So they were like, "Oh, are you interested in this?" I'm like, "What show is this?" So then I ended up watching all of season 6, and I was like, "I like this. Like, I think I would like if this is a way I could find love. Like, I want to try it." I done the, usually I date in the circle of my friends because I don't know, dating strangers is
Yeah,
like whatever.
It's
So
tough.
it was something new to try, and seeing that so many successful relationships did come out of it, I'm like, okay, so I want to do this. I
Yeah.
was excited, so that was my reason.
No, for sure. I've been single for like 5 years now, so I was taking an opportunity, like, you know what? Let me just go try to go find love. They originally reached out to me in 2023, and then 2024 for season 6, and then again this year. So
They said,
I was
"We're
like,
not
you know
letting you
what?
up."
Right.
I was like, you know
Now,
what?
you know
Third
you
time-
put me in start.
Man, I was like, they on me bad. Let me just go ahead and go on this show.
Timing,
And I'm
yo.
happy that I
And you know what's crazy? Y'all did all that pining behind Olandria just to really make her look crazy in the edit. But that's okay. She still persevered. The people's princess.
did, regardless of like the perception that's put up of me out there, is like,
Sure.
I'm still happy that I did.
Same.
I mean, and what did y'all think about being OGs? And if they would have asked y'all to be Casa More Girls, what would you have said?
I made
No,
it clear in the
you know
beginning
what?
that I did not wanna be
Yeah,
on
in the beginning, I
Casa More
could
Girl.
like, I was like, "There's no way.
Mm-mm.
It's not giving
I'm not
bombshell. It's
physical
not
at
giving
all. That was
Casa.
my
It's giving OG." So
Yeah.
I was manifesting the hell out of that. I'm like, "Look, I know I'm walking to that villa one way or the other." So the fact that we both walked in there first together,
Yeah.
I was just like, wow. And we would always like just go back to that throughout the whole season. We would go back to that, like, yo, we are the first ones who walked in here together. We're still sitting here experiencing all of this. Like, this is crazy, because not everybody could say they walked in and really made it to the end, you
Yeah,
know? So
right. Yes.
that was something that was just so crazy.
And from the beginning, me and my friend and my makeup artist Kenya, by the way, she said she want to beat y'all face whenever y'all want. real bad.
Period.
All right,
Yeah.
Kenya.
We were both like, "Did you see the new girls, Chelley and Olandria? They're bad as hell. You stay so
Oh,
pretty." We were so excited to see y'all come up in the house. Because you were so excited, like, who are gonna be the main new girls?
Yeah.
So we were living for you guys.
Wow,
What
I
did
love
y'all's
that.
family say?
About us going on the show?
Yes, like were they like, "Don't
They
be
were so
acting crazy"?
supportive. My dad told me to be
Yeah.
wholesome and pure, though. He begged me. He's
Baby,
like,
you did not.
But I told him, he was like, all I ask is that you be wholesome and pure, please. I said, do you know the show that I'm going on? Like,
Right, like, baby, and that's the thing that's getting lost on y'all. Yes, this is the dating show, but it's a competition reality TV show where your job is to suck, fucking swallow. That's kind of the premise.
that's not happening. Like, I just recommend that you don't watch.
But
That's it.
you also were giving, like, even though you were like letting us know, like, I'm out here in the streets having my fun, you still were giving that.
No,
wholesome
yeah,
back.
for
And
sure.
As a fellow queer girlie, I was living for the questionnaire answers.
Oh,
when I was
yes.
finding
Oh,
out
my
about
God.
your life.
Hey, y'all know my tea. No, but I love it.
How do they get that information? Like, do they ask y'all that beforehand, or do
Yeah, before we got on there, it's like a whole, like, we had to fill out a big form. Like, there's a whole process to even be Islander. So it was asking questions like that about your personal life and stuff, like in detail, all these crazy questions. So now knowing we did that long ass application, it makes sense when we were doing the challenge. Like, oh, yeah, that's where you went all my business.
And do y'all
Got it.
feel like everybody told the truth on their thing?
No, the boys,
Because they were lying. Every time
it was so bad.
Trusted. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's
that's
not adding up.
1,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
1,000.
I mean,
wait.
Austin, what did he say? He sent 1,000 dick pics, or that he slept with 1,000 people or something? That's insane.
actually, Austin.
No, Austin,
Is
no, he ain't
accurate.
lying. He's not lying.
Oh, damn.
Austin. I need to know about Austin because I was in confusion, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody has different chemistries and connections.
Yeah.
Ace and him, so different.
So
Chris,
different.
Ace and him, so different. But Chris and Ace, not too
Not
different.
too different.
I mean, was there real romance between you and Austin, or was he just a fun guy to be around?
No, there really was. And like, I
Wow.
really was trying,
I mean,
but
he's
like,
handsome.
you know,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
And
Moving right along.
I told him that. I'm like, yo, you look good. Like, you look good. That's not the problem.
No,
here.
tell him how you realized you like Austin. Where were you at? No, tell him.
I woke up one morning and I was sitting on the toilet and I was like,
Exactly.
I actually like Austin. Wow. Like, I'm just thinking of all our time that we're spending.
Yeah.
And I came out the bathroom like Olandria. I just like had a realization, like, I like Austin. Like,
Mhm.
I really want to get to know him, but you know, things went how they went. And I mean, glad it did how it went.
But
you
that's
know?
how it can be with guys that are like you wouldn't necessarily go to. But
Yeah.
when somebody is nice and they keep, I mean, he was really insistent upon
He
building
was.
that connection with you, and he was so hurt every
I
time
know,
when
I
you would be
know.
with Ace.
I don't know how y'all feel. For those of y'all that watched the whole season, like, I don't think that Austin really put in a lot of effort, like, especially compared to Ace. Like, I feel like he was just moping and hemming and hawing and sighing, like, oh, I just hate being in this love triangle with Ace and Chelley. Like, I don't know. I don't think he was actually, I don't know. What do y'all think?
Wasn't playing with your
He
ass.
wasn't.
Girl,
He
it
was
had
not
Austin,
playing.
like, I mean, just messed
Yeah.
up. But yeah, it worked out how it worked out. It is what it
Exactly.
is. How did you feel leaving the house and when you guys got eliminated? You and Ace.
It was like a bittersweet thing. Like, honestly, at that point, I think I was tired. And also it's a thing of like, I have my person. Like, I won already. Like, at this point, we're just sitting here trying to figure out like, okay, what's next and stuff. So even before that happened, I remember we were all sitting down having a conversation. We didn't know there was going to be an elimination. So when it did come up that we were just having a conversation of what if, I remember saying to them, like, yo, if there's elimination tonight, nobody cry because we're going to see each other like next week. Like, we done had so many tears this season and stuff. Like, we had a great season
I know
together.
you
So,
guys did get tired of the crying.
Yeah,
'cause you
so it
just
was
crying
like-
every minute.
and that's the most I've ever cried in my life.
know,
So I'm like, yo,
Because
this
it's
is
a
a
roller coaster
lot.
they're putting you
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay, Chelley said this is the most she cried ever in her life. I think we were shown 2 times that Chelley cried. See, this is my thing. The way that production can edit can really humanize or dehumanize you, or make you relatable or make you unrelatable. And so it's crazy to even hear her say that, like, this is the most she's ever cried. When do we ever see? I mean, we saw her cry when Olandria left, right? And I think maybe there was another elimination where she cried, but nowhere in between, you know? It's kind of weird. And also, like, I will never forgive America for voting for Iris and Pepe and Chris and Huda over Ace and Chelley to stay. Like, that's insane. Especially because Chris and Huda literally broke up on their final date. And Iris and Pepe, like, I think that there was chemistry, but it was like they were bombshell couple. And like the only reason they got together is because like their people left. I don't know.
like you're like, oh, and
High,
after a
low,
while you
high,
like in a
low,
horror
yeah.
movie. They did now.
Exactly.
You know
That's
what I
how
mean?
it happened.
Literally. You have no time to process no emotions.
But
at all.
honestly, I was just like bittersweet. I'm like, damn, it's sad that I won't wake up with you guys the next day. Because literally, I even said to them, like, before we got the text, I was like, one of my highs is like waking up in the villa every day. Like, I'm happy I get to wake up with you guys. Then boom, text, someone's going home. I'm like, damn, that was quick.
Now, what I mean, speaking of, I have to ask this because the logistics of how the show works. Like, you guys have to wake up at a certain time.
Yeah.
Do you make like what? Tell me the schedule of this all.
Wake up, makeup.
What
breakfast.
What time do you have to wake up?
We don't know the time. We don't know time. We don't know the day. We literally
don't
don't
know
know
the
nothing.
house.
We
It's
don't know
island
nothing.
time.
We don't know time. We don't know the date.
Yeah.
We don't know like the day of the week. We don't know.
I did hear that somebody said they would ask what time is it and they would say island time. Bitch, that's crazy.
We don't know nothing.
But honestly,
Just
I think it
waking up.
helps because, you know, usually when you're somewhere where the time changes, the day changes,
Yeah.
like you would have to adjust coming back to the US. But like, I haven't had to adjust. Like, I'm right back on track with my sleeping schedule and
Yep.
everything. And I want to say it's because I never knew the date or the time. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is.
Maybe Love Island has figured out how we should be living in our life.
Maybe.
I would love to
They
just
might
show
be
up
onto
to work
something.
whenever I arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Every time we would ask for the time, they'd be like, we on island time. I'm like, you know what?
Island
Hell
time.
yeah. We on island time.
Baby, this is KeKe Palmer, yeah.
Okay, Olandria, we have to talk about the beginning when you found, your assumed first house love,
Yeah.
Taylor. What was going through your mind? Why was he the person? Because I'll be honest, I was you watching the show. I'm like, I like Taylor a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I immediately thought he was quirky, he was cool.
Yeah.
He seemed like a real guy in the world.
Mhm.
Because sometimes on these shows, the people can seem so perfected.
Right.
So tell me about your initial thoughts and, why you spent time on Taylor.
So coming into the villa, I expressed to Chelley, I love country men. That's something that's no secret. I am from Alabama. I truly feel like country men just value the same things I value. They like to open doors, get you flowers. They just very gentlemen, like, gentlemen like.
And you know what's crazy? It's like, I'm from the South, and it is true to an extent, but I don't think that's a country thing. I don't even think that's a Southern thing. I think that like chivalrous, gentlemanly men, regardless of where they are in the world or in the country, do those things. I think it's a stereotype that country men do that, because raise your hand if you've been victimized by a country man. Like, it has nothing to do, like, you have to break out of your preconceived notions of that. And just because a guy, opens the door for you, and just because a guy buys you flowers doesn't mean that he isn't lacking in emotional maturity or like lacking in other ways. So don't be hung up on that bullshit.
Like, so when I see him came in with the cowboy hat, Chelley was like, that's you.
Mhm.
Like, already, like, that's you. That's your, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Cowboy.
So obviously when I decided to kiss him and Nick, I'm like, I'm gonna go with Taylor. I feel like, he probably already possessed those values and those morals I'm looking for in a man. Let me just go with him. And he is super sweet, a super sweet guy. Was very nice to all the girls. He was like, he memorized everyone's tea orders, coffee orders, breakfast. Like, he was just so attention to detail, and I love that in a person. So that's what kind of just
They didn't even show that about Taylor. Again, when we talking about editing and humanizing people, like, they did not really show that side of Taylor. I mean, you saw that people liked him or whatever, but it was kind of like they left that gentlemanly side out, in my opinion.
attracted me to Taylor.
And then when you think back on it now, because obviously hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw the connections with you and Nick in the challenges, but like, what was happening around the house that maybe we didn't see that would lead to where you guys ended up?
Me and Nick?
Yeah, you and Nick.
It's so crazy because I'm looking back at all these edits. I'm like, damn, like the signs, it looked like the signs was there. But when you're in the villa, it was not that apparent to me. I'm like, bro, like, I see that it's happening on these edits, but like in the villa, I just didn't see it.
I mean,
like
it was
that.
one challenge. Me and my mom was like, they won't leave that girl alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
my gosh. Oh,
Bro.
my gosh.
I was like, I know everybody like her.
in
I'm
that.
like,
They wouldn't stop with you.
literally, I'm like, can I just not just pick somebody else? I pick Chelley to go in
And
there.
mind you, it
They took
really
me 4
is that. Like,
times.
it was a random choice thing, too. And she literally just kept getting picked every single time.
Yes.
I'm like, damn, girl, I know that's right.
I know it was crazy. I mean, when you guys think back on those challenges, how did they get you guys prepared for all the germs? I mean, you're in mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Do they like, I mean, y'all just go for it, I guess. Y'all just trust each other.
We get some mouth
Oh,
spray.
No,
Go
but prior
for
to
it.
even coming on the show, we was like tested a lot. Everyone.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's scary.
Let's put that out there. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm not going on show. I'm just kissing
Oh,
everybody. We're
absolutely
not
not.
getting tested.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. But it was fun for the most part.
Yeah.
Nothing weird. No,
No, not at all.
crazy.
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. That's good.
And everybody was on the same page, too. Like,
Literally.
oh, you okay with kissing? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what was so interesting with Ace in the beginning? I wasn't sure if this was stuff that just wasn't shown on camera, but he was very like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
To so many people, but he
Mhm.
was cool with you touching him.
Mhm.
No.
But what was his thing with that? Was it just he didn't want to show it on camera? He was very like,
no. It seemed like that, but he really was not like that in person.
Yeah, he was.
Everybody, like, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen like what everyone else seen, but in person, he wasn't like that with everybody. Like, at nighttime, he was giving everyone hugs,
Mhm.
going to sleep and stuff.
How do y'all feel about them going on interviews without seeing the show? Now, I feel like that would have been hard for Olandria because she was literally just out. Chelley had been out for like a week. Like, I don't know. How do y'all feel about them doing interviews before watching the show?
And he wasn't like that with everybody. Like, at nighttime, he was giving everyone hugs,
Mhm.
going to sleep and stuff. So that's why we're like,
it was
I don't know
like he
what you
thought y'all
guys
was
saw.
vampires and he had
No,
garlic around his
he's
neck.
not like that.
He's
at
a
all.
hugger.
Yeah,
Believe
he's
it
a
or not.
hugger. That's
Yeah.
why.
Again, production and editing. Like, how come we didn't see that side of Ace?
When we came back and even seeing that thing being a thing, it was just like, what? Like, why are people saying that?
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
There's
Like,
a lot of
you
moments I'm
know,
like, what the hell y'all
yeah.
talking about? I'm like, you know what? Let me just.
So
watch.
how is it now with you? Since speaking of that, you guys being back, how has it been jumping? I mean, y'all live in.
I live in Florida. He lives here in LA.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So have you guys seen each other?
No, I've been with him ever since we landed. Like, that's who I've been with this whole time. So we've been taking our little social media break, but I'm with him 24/7. Like, that's my man.
So wait a minute,
That's
how
right.
is the vibe being back? And what was the moment where you were like, oh, this is us normal? Now, obviously, the internet was trying to get on y'all. Like, y'all been dating before the show and y'all knew each other, blah, 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 blah. So how did you?
That was so dumb. Y'all are so dumb. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Y'all feel about that? And then
Well, that was crazy. That was annoying just because it's like a lot of us knew each other on the show. Like, and we already, like, when he came in, he already addressed like, oh shoot, I know you. And when I seen him walking in, I'm like, what the is he doing here? Like, you know, we did meet before. So it was like, but it was a one-time thing. Like, everyone makes it seem like we were kicking it. Somebody said we had kids for 2 years. We've been living together
now
for 2
they
years.
making
We
too
got
much of it.
kids, this and that. I'm like, y'all, be for real. Like, I even knew Amaya. I know Andreina. Like, everybody knew somebody.
Now, why
in
did
there.
everybody get an accent when Andreina came?
Because we were trying to say her name
that
right.
was crazy.
We were trying to say her
Everybody
name
was like
right.
doing everything else regular. And as soon as she came in, everybody said Andreina.
No,
She didn't play by her name. She did not
because,
play by her
you
name.
know,
You cannot
everyone kept saying
mispronounce it.
anything, so we'd ask her like, "How do you say it though?" We want to make sure we're saying it right, like so you feel comfortable, like you know, we saying your name. Like
That
that's your
had me
name.
gagged. I'm like, everybody turning Latino.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now going back to the Taylor thing, I'm curious for you as her friend.
Yeah.
I mean, did you feel like Taylor would let her on be the word, or did you feel like, what did you think, seeing the connection, how it transpired, and then seeing how quickly
it changed.
he was just like with Clark?
To me, like in the moment, it didn't feel like he was leading her on because Taylor and I were close. Like he would always come to me and vent about Olandria, asking me for advice and this and that. Like, what do I do? Whatever. So to me, I thought he's like, you know, genuinely interested, trying to figure this out, trying to navigate their relationship and stuff. I was very shocked to find out when we came back from Casa Amor that when he did make that decision
on those bleachers, like what the.
I was just very shocked because I'm like, did you communicate
So what's being
your
put out there
feelings
is
before
not
this?
how
Like,
it was in the villa at all. Like,
because
I'm not head over heels for a man that does not like me or wasn't physically attracted to me. None of that was told to me. You think I would be going hard for a man that does not find me physically attractive? I would have rather just been his friend.
Like I said, I didn't.
I'm not everyone's cup of tea. So like Amaya said, don't drink it. You know what I mean? So it's just like.
And so what were there any moments off of the camera that led to, first of all, you kept your cool for a long time, mama. I was blown away at your ability until, what was it, which challenge was
Stand on business.
Stand on business where you really. So let me go there then. What was the buildup from probably the shock of what was going on to you actually voicing how you truly felt without holding back? What got you to the point of saying, I can say exactly what I want to feel and not be afraid of how it's going to be judged or perceived?
If you hear, Olandria and Chelley are both saying that everyone was shocked that he picked Clark so quick. He did not give any indication that he was not interested in Olandria or physically attracted to her, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, no matter how it was edited, no matter how it was spliced based on the way we were seeing it, they are saying from inside of the villa, it was a shock that he flipped so quick because of how seemingly invested he was in Olandria. Chelley is saying that Taylor would pull her to the side and vent to her and be like, I'm going to explore Olandria and Clark, like after, you know, she comes back from Casa Amor. So like, please don't try to frame my bitch like she's thirsty or anything. Like she said, I'm not head over heels for a nigga that's not physically attracted to me. That's insane. Like if I knew that, I would have just been his friend. That's crazy. Like she knows her fucking worth. And I'm glad that KeKe is really like digging into that because people really try to play her.
Yeah, honestly, I just got tired of just keeping quiet. I got tired of just being this strong woman. I feel like that got me overlooked and got my feelings overlooked. I truly feel like since I wasn't showing emotion, I wasn't crying, people's like, you know what? She could take it. She could take it. She could take it. Besides me being a strong woman, I'm also human. I can only take so much. So I just literally had a conversation with Chelley, and she was basically playing like devil's advocate. Like, you know what, Olandria? Like, you're still here. Taylor had told me that he voiced to keep me here. I'm not really sure how that's being perceived either, but
Taylor told Chelley that he voiced to keep her there. Mind y'all, when the vote came, Taylor literally sat up there and was like, I don't want to keep her because, you know, I've already found my girl and like, I don't want her to keep exploring me. So so like, he's a liar. He's two-faced.
He voiced to keep me here. That's what he said to me.
Okay.
So, you know, Chelley was like, you know what? That kind of changes things. And he also said he was still open to getting to know you both. So she was like, you know what? Regardless of how many other connections you make, they would not be up to like the level that you and Taylor are at. So still continue to water that connection. So when I went to him, I was like, hey, I was ready to cut it off. Like, and she was like, you know what? I don't think that's a good idea. Still go to him, still talk to him. So I was like, you know what, Tay? Okay, cool. I know at one point you still say you still want to explore both of us. How does that look for you? Like, how are you going to navigate that? Because obviously it's going to be kind of hard to do that. And he was like, you know, I'm going to figure it out. Like, I still want to explore both of y'all. I'm interested in both of y'all. So I'm gonna just figure it out.
Y'all hear that? 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 People are, it's getting lost on people. He said, I want to explore both you and Clark. He said that. So then he wants to go with the stand on business challenge. Like, I pick Clark. Nigga, you did not do your big one with that. You look two-faced as fuck.
So after he said that, and I didn't see him doing it, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to clock your stand up.
Yeah,
Like,
because what was
up to
going,
it.
because my big thing was, I'm fine with the getting to know Clark. I mean, this is the nature of the show. What blew me was, where's all this respect that you're having for Clark and not doing this and not doing that? You can't even kiss nobody in a challenge. Where was that with me?
Yeah.
I mean, did he have any answers for this? I mean, what was the reason?
I know he mentioned the day 2, the blindfold challenge. He did not kiss anybody. And that's when I chose to kiss Ace at the time. He was like, I ain't kiss anybody. So like he did have like some level of respect in regard to that.
Yeah.
Me, a challenge is a challenge. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, that's kind of throwing me off. But I don't know. Maybe his connection with Clark is just way more. I don't know.
Like, I mean, that is reality. It can happen. People can just immediately love at first sight, whatever you want to call it.
And I respect that. I was not upset that he found a new connection. I was just upset on how he went about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, how you went about it.
I'm so happy that he found somebody.
My Love Island life was on the line.
Literally.
Because a couple of times we thought we were going to lose you. And by the way, the internet was pissed.
I know. Bro, literally. When they dumped me from Casa, I was like, America's not gonna like this. Mind you, I don't know what America thinks.
That you knew.
I'm glad she knew too, because baby, we was like, huh? Oh hell no.
And I was looking at them like, America's not gonna like this. Like, they don't play about me. I didn't even know America really did not play about me. They really don't play about me for real. No. So I already had a feeling. Like, bro, I've been so on my P's and Q's in here.
So then the crazy thing happened, and this is when I was talking to my girls, and they're like, you need to see episode 23. I think it was 22 or 23 or whatever, when the whole Nick bomb happened, and he was like, you're the most beautiful, and I just, this is what I always felt. What were you thinking, girl? Like, what was, because you're going through a crazy thing, right? You just got off, now you somehow are back on, you're finding out about this stuff with Taylor, and then you have Taylor's friend, and also one of your friends, Guy, telling you that he's actually always had feelings for you. What was going through your mind? Did you believe it? Did you think at any point this is some TV show stuff?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm cheesing so hard because I'm like, wow, this is actually a really good interview.
No, I couldn't believe it in a sense, because any chance that Nick got to pick me for a challenge, he did.
Choosing you.
It's so funny because now I'm reading on the internet with the whole kiss or pie thing.
Yeah.
It was like, choose anyone to kiss other than your partner or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that damn card did not say that. Like, I don't know if he said that or not, but he chose.
Mind you, Nick was asked, did the card really say other than your partner? And this nigga said, I cannot confirm nor deny. And she gonna say, plead the fifth. So we'll never know, but we know. We know Nicholas.
But he chose me. I'm like, okay. So he keeps choosing me for these challenges. So in my head, I'm like, I think something is there with Nick. Mind you, still don't know that he kissed me on day 2. I know I kissed him on day 1, but I'm like, I don't know. Because where I'm from in Alabama, a lot of men that look like him are very traditional. Because Alabama's a very traditional state. So I kind of just close myself off to that.
Okay, this is also very important to the canon of events, because people are like, why did that never happen? And blah, 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 blah. She was tunnel vision on Taylor, and Nick, everybody saw that. But I'm sure Nick also saw that. Taylor was one of his closest friends in the villa. Additionally, Olandria was not even thinking that this white boy was into her. We can just say what it is. Whether she wants to say traditional, she wants to say men that look like him. And I can say where I'm from Louisiana, the white boys didn't like us, and the black boys didn't even like us. The black boys was going for the white girls. And you would have that one, because I've been in 2 interracial, partnerships. And it was just kind of like do you actually like me? And then you go over the family's house, did the family's race? It's like, what's going on? It's a big deal. And so I don't like how people are not putting that into context as to why this was never fully explored, because Olandria was already blocking the shit off. Maybe this is just for TV, or there's no way that he's really into me. And so you kind of just preemptively shut, like she said, writing herself off. So I just want us to keep that at the forefront of our mind when we're talking about interracial relationships when the woman is black, because nobody's talking about swirling when it comes to Jeremiah and Huda or Chris and Huda. Nobody was talking about swirling when it came to damn even Sierra and Nick, but it's swirling and all this shit and all interracial white man, da, 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 when it's a black woman and a white man. Clock that.
Connection. I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm your type. I don't know. But he was like, no,
sure.
you're definitely my type, and I definitely like you, and I definitely want you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, maybe I was not, being too crazy about looking into these challenges a little more deeper than what I.
And so then it was like a pump fake because the second kiss outside of the challenge happened, and then you guys were like, "Oh no, maybe it's not that." What was that about, and what led you to ultimately being serious to being open to him?
Honestly,
Just look down and
right.
Like, what you gotta say?
Girl, why you ask this question? Okay, cool. I felt like because I had just came back from concert, although I just got dumped.
Yeah,
I felt like I owed so much to Sierra because I knew how she was going. Yeah, she was going through it at concert because she was thinking my Nick so much. I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to her. I'm preaching sisterhood and all these things. I'm like, bro, this doesn't feel right. Even if I did feel a spark, I just made myself not feel it because I'm like, bro, I feel like I owe her so much. I know she's over there really missing him. She's hoping to come back to him in his place. What if I didn't feel right just jumping in? Like, you know what? I feel something. I know you feel so strongly about me. Let's explore. Let's connect. Yes, I was being so respectful towards her and Taylor too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I feel like I owe Taylor so much as well because he, in a sense, was still trying with me also, even if it's not being perceived that way on TV.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Even if it wasn't portrayed that way, he's still saying he wants to pursue me. So yeah, she felt like she owed Taylor. Everyone's like, girl, you ain't owe Taylor nothing. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, maybe not, but in that moment, in that place and time and space, when he's saying, I want you, I still want to pursue you, of course she's going to feel like, well, I don't want to let this go. Especially because he has such a strong connection with Sierra and I have a strong connection with Taylor. Like, y'all are acting like this did not happen.
TV, that's what was going on. So I'm like, bro, I feel like I owe them so much. This feels weird to me. So Nick was like, yeah, me too,
Yes, because that is how y'all look.
Yeah.
Y'all did look like, yeah. And it was like,
this yeah. So
obviously Sierra leaves the show. Let's talk about that. What did y'all think? What was going on? Obviously, there was a lot of education happening on the real side of the world when that whole went down, when she said what she said. I'm sure you guys know if you haven't watched. Sierra said a derogatory term about Asian Americans or Asian culture, and she got removed from the show. How was it presented to y'all? What did y'all think?
Yeah, we just know she was removed. We didn't know what she did.
Really?
No.
It was just like okay, when they were chilling,
gone.
basically.
So was there tears shed? Were you guys just kind of like, how did you feel about her being gone? Was you really close to her like that?
Well, with Sierra, I definitely cried because it was like, you guys don't get to see the friendships that we build in there. Like, they're focused on the romantic relationships of it all, but that was like really a friend of ours. So to know that 1 second we're all chilling and stuff, and the next second, like, oh guys, so she has to leave the island. We're like, what?
Yeah.
And even that morning we were talking about like how grateful we are that we're here together and like, time is almost up. And I was like, girl, don't even say that. Like, we're not there yet. So let's focus on the now.
You weren't.
KeKe! Baby! KeKe!
A couple hours later, but a couple hours later, it's like, whoop, taken away. So it was just like, damn, like, this is crazy. Like, you never know what to expect.
Man. Okay, so then she's removed. I do believe that obviously created more space for you and Nick, but what do you think now? I mean, first of all, the show's ended. I want to ask you the same thing I asked her about her and Ace. How is it with you and Nick? What has the conversation been now that you guys are, in the real world?
The conversation is pretty much still the same. We want to continue to go at the pace that we're going. Obviously, like, we had a conversation yesterday. He's like, bro, like, I'm feeling a lot of pressure from the media. You know what I mean? He was like, I think we should continue to go at the pace we're going. There's no reason for us to jump ship just because they want, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We still like each other. Our connection is very much genuine, even if people are questioning it, because the first time there was no spark. I feel like we owed so much respect to the current partners of whatever. So we're going to continue to go at our own pace and enjoy each other's company.
And so, I mean, has he told you he's heard from Sierra? Do you think Sierra's going to reach out? I know she unfollowed him, but, what's the tea on that?
He said that she has not reached out to him.
Really?
Yeah.
So the reunion, I guess, is going to be looking like something. Is she going to be there?
I have no idea. We don't know yet.
The brand has cut ties. Wow. I mean, that is just so curious.
KeKe! The brand has cut ties. Yeah, because I think there has to be a removal clause in your contract, right? Like, when you get booted, you probably can't she probably can't come to the reunion, right?
To me, because I'd imagine for her that was something that slowly started to become nerve-wracking for her, you know, with you guys having that sideline connection, and then to see you guys end up becoming, I mean, Nicolandria, you became one of the most popular favorite couples.
Mind. I did not know that existed until my mom came. She was like, girl, they love you. They love y'all. I'm like, what? Whoa, hold on.
First of all, your mom, let's get into that, because why was when you said genetics, you wasn't lying. Because your mama is everything.
Girl, she is mom.
She's
that girl. She is that girl for sure.
I loved her. That was so cute and fun. How was that, like, getting to that point and like, oh my gosh, we get to see family? And I mean, you guys, that was a lot.
It was so emotional. Like, we were crying seeing everybody else's family come in. Then our family came in. We were just so excited. Like, that was crazy for them to be in Fiji. Like, we expected them to just be on the TV. So for them to walk in on the island, we're like, yo, y'all really flew out here to see us.
Yes. Oh my God. Like, Family Day was probably my favorite, especially because it was like, it felt like Nick and Olandria were deepening their connection. And so for their parents to come in and give them that reassurance to be like, just go for it. Like, stop writing this off. Don't, like, you feel something. Like, you don't, Sierra's gone. I know it was sudden, but like, this is real and you can go for it. And we approve. Like, I think that probably did a lot for them.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. Wow. What is one thing that you feel like we didn't get a chance to see on the show or feel through the show, that, you know, because of the way that it was edited?
Everyone's genuine connections with one another. Like, the way each of us, like, we always said something we said every day was like, yo, they did a great job putting us all together because our personalities bounce off of each other so well. So I don't feel like some people may think this person, that person never spoke ever in the villa. The whole time we all speak to one another. Like, we're all very close and stuff. So I think that would be my answer, is just our genuine connections with all of us. You know?
And you know, this is the thing that we have to keep in mind, that this was recorded when it was recorded, because it's like, since then, a lot of the Islanders have unfollowed Huda. Like, they've unfollowed each other. Like, you know, interviews have come out, podcasts have come out, things have been said and done and heard, and, you know, they're watching the show, I'm sure, at this point. And so, like, I think that this is real and this is true, but it's like, you know, you get to the real world and you're like, oh, wow, we were really only here for 6 weeks. And so it feels like we're bonded because we had this weird, strange experience with each other, almost like the Love is Blind cast. But, you know, people start to like show their true colors and the mask starts to slip and, you know, things happen.
You know?
Same for you?
No, literally same. Because coming out here, I'm like, bro, what did that happen? You know what I mean? Like,
well, one thing that people were also talking about was when you guys came back, when y'all surprised everybody, you and Nick surprised everybody in the villa. Taylor seemed to have just went straight to Nick and didn't even really immediately show love to you. Did it feel like that in the house, or was it the way
it would have been the same way with the girls too. I literally talked to them about it. Like, bro, they literally just cried their eyes out about Nick. So of course they're gonna, you know what I'm saying, embrace him first, and then after all of them came to hug me. But that was not a shocker at all. Because the girls would have did the exact same thing.
Okay, now let's get into the whole girl thing, because that's become a big language around the show. And honestly, even a lot of people online have been talking about how they felt like that concept even ruined the show, because it's like, this is Love Island, not Girls Island. And then also, a lot of people are saying they're a girl's girl, but they're just using it to make it seem like they are, even though they're doing things that don't really make you a girl's girl. So what does a girl's girl mean to y'all?
To me, what girl's girl means to me is like, people have this perception of like, it means only the people you care about and you call your homegirl. That means I'm gonna stand up for you. I'm gonna stick beside you through whatever. I'm gonna, like, you could do no wrong in my eyes type of thing. But that's not me. Me is like, any woman that walks into the room, I have your back, because like, you're a woman just like me. We go through the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna sit here. Like, there's instances where it's like, it felt like somebody who just came in is being treated some type of way for reasons they have no control of. They're just here to experience their
Huda, and maybe it was other girls too, but like, every single bombshell that came into that villa, it was like, that's a bitch. She's not a girl's girl. She's messy. Is she dumb? Insane
experience. And in that moment, I wasn't ever going to be like, oh, well, my friend is talking to this person, so I'm not talking to you. It was like, no, you're here. This experience is just as much as yours as it's mine. So it's like, I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel like you could go around and get to know people and not feel like everyone is piercing their eyes on you and stuff. So it was just really genuinely having a woman's back. Now, if you start being shady to me, I might take a couple steps back. But my first intention is always to like make sure you feel comfortable, you feel good, you feel seen, you feel heard. So that's a girl's girl to me.
Same,
literally. Word.
Baby, this is KeKe Palmer, yeah.
Okay, what didn't we see that happened during the heart rate challenge? Well, you know what's coming. What didn't we see? And maybe we saw it all, that also led to you being upset with Huda. With, by the way, maybe it's a Virgo thing, but I would have been pissed because what the hell, mama? What the hell, mama?
Yes.
Get your man's heart rate up.
Yeah.
The hell are you?
Mind you, she didn't have no man at the time. I don't think. Oh no, Chris was there. Chris was there. Interesting. But at that point, Chris was really pursuing Chelley hard because that was his first choice. So it's interesting that that was the man that you chose to get his heart rate up.
To be honest, I don't know what, like, I still have not watched the episodes back. So that's my thing, is that I don't know what you guys saw that everyone felt like I was so wrong.
You wasn't, girl.
And I'm
if
like,
you was
I don't
wrong,
understand. No, then we wrong, because ain't no way. I was like, what did y'all see for y'all to feel like I'm wrong for being upset?
So this is my
lost.
thing in my mind. Why you made sense. Ain't nobody saying you can't have fun and do your thing. But it was like you went over and above without putting my sense of security or comfortability
And that was
in
my
the
whole
room.
point, yeah.
It just wasn't in the room. I'm not going to go so far because I'm looking for a certain attention or validation or just a moment to shine that I'm not going to think about how my homegirl might feel.
Exactly.
And I liked when you brought up the whole Jeremiah thing because, baby, we was all walking around eggshells. I was walking around eggshells watching the show.
Hello. Y'all, the first couple episodes of this season, I was like, oh my God, I'm stressed. I am stressed watching this fucking show. Off of Huda's reactive ass.
Because I don't want to think I like Jeremiah. You know what I mean? Everybody was going so far.
I'm like, look, girl, nobody want you and Jeremiah. Y'all grandma and grandpa. I always used to tell them that, like, nobody is looking at y'all. Like, we know y'all locked in, whatever. No one is doing that.
And so I just didn't get it.
I didn't
You know
get it
what I
either.
mean? It was so... To me, it seemed self-serving and just maybe, when people are just so in their own thing. I don't think she set out to hurt you.
Yeah.
But, sometimes when people are just so in their own thing and just trying to have their own moment, it's like you're not thinking about how that's going to make the other person feel.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah, that I didn't get why everybody was mad at you about. I guess, I mean, what did you think looking back and seeing online, Olandria? What's your take on it? I mean, you were there in person,
Right.
and then now you guys are seeing people's thoughts of it. I mean, what is the difference that some people could have missed? Or were they just so happy that Huda was happy finally again? I don't know.
I haven't watched the episode, so I don't really know what they aired, but I feel like Chelley had every right to be upset. Huda agreed. She was like, you know what? She was like, I did.
Y'all heard that? Huda agreed. Now, whether she was being genuine or not, we don't know. Was she just saying that because she was in the presence of Chelley? Maybe she was just saying that, but like, y'all hear that, right? Huda agreed. And I saw an interview with Andreina. She also said that Huda agreed that she went too far. And so fast forward to the Call Her Daddy podcast where she's like, I did not sit on his face. Like, that would have been too much. And no, I didn't go too far. How is everybody out that villa saying the same goddamn thing? Taylor and Clark said the same thing. Chris said the same thing. Iris and Pepe said the same thing. Like, how is it that everybody's saying the same thing, but when it comes to you, it's like, no, I didn't do that. I don't think I went too far.
She was like, you know what? She was like, I
agreed.
did take it too far. Like, I do apologize. Like, she was very apologetic about it. Like, immediately she was almost regretful.
And I guess people felt like, oh, well, she once she said sorry, you should have been cool. But I mean, you weren't.
My thing is like, and we are cool, that's the thing, but it's just like, when it was time, like say in the beginning when they had their connection, like when I call somebody, like especially with the girl thing and someone being my friend, I'm always going to put you first and have consideration for your feelings. So even in something like a challenge, we're not winning no big grand prize after a challenge or anything. Like it's literally just to say, oh my gosh, you did good in a challenge. So I'm never going to jeopardize me and someone else's friendship or their comfortability just to say I went crazy in a challenge. So like someone like Jeremiah, like I said, never kissed that man ever. Like, I steered clear of him just because I know how intense and passionate you felt about him. So it's like just to not see that reciprocated. And I'm trying to understand. I think at one point I told us I'm really trying to understand you, but I don't, only because I just don't see how a moment like this could cause you to like disregard someone you care about so deeply, your friends' feelings, just to do a performance. Like
Literally just to do a performance. That's all it was. Like she wanted to show like, look, I can do these, whip out these sexy moves or whatever the case may be. And that's why everybody was upset with Ariana Maddox or whatever her name is, the host of the show. And she was like, if someone did that move in my man's face, I would be insecure too. Like, bitch, nobody's insecure around here. It was giving Huda laid the groundwork to be like, we're friends, stay away from Jeremiah. Like, if you do this, then I'm going to call you a bitch and hoe and everything out of God's green earth. Right. But then when it comes to the Chelley situation, it's like, it's just a challenge. It's just a challenge. No, we're like very deep into this process. You didn't turn up on anybody else in the same way, but you go for the guy that is very clearly into and coupled up with Chelley. Like, I don't know, it just gave performance. And Chelley's real too, where she's like, I'm trying to understand you, but I don't. Like, I don't get that logic. I don't get the lack of solidarity. I don't get the lack of regard for I don't get that. Whenever all this time we spared your feelings, we considered how you felt, we considered how reactive you were, like, hey, Huda's probably going to react like this, so let me not do that. Like, the consideration is what she was upset about.
Like, that's what it was for me. So it was just like, okay, like, I hear you. I
really do think it was one of them things where somebody have a lapse of judgment because you're just thinking about, again, I don't know the young lady. I'm sure she's lovely, but thinking about themselves is what I just take from it.
Yeah.
You're in your moment and you're just trying to let your stuff go and you just get into a vibe.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you go too far and then, you don't know how to backtrack it. That's what I took from it. But I also felt that how you felt made sense because I would have felt the same way. Like, they think about me.
Yeah. I'm right next to you. I'm right here watching the whole thing. Like, it's not like I'm turned away somewhere else. I'm literally right here watching the whole thing.
And I know Ace and you had that conversation. He tried to downplay the heart rate, but you can't keep your heart rate under control.
Yeah, right. You stop breathing.
I was mad at him. Stop breathing, man.
Stop breathing.
Girl, that whole moment made me mad.
Yo,
anyway,
it was crazy.
You guys received a lot of criticism during the Stand On Business Challenge. I think you saw how people were feeling online. It was upsetting. It was a lot of stuff. I mean, walk me through how you were feeling. What were some of the... And then they said that the challenge went on for like 6
all
hours,
night.
7 hours.
Yeah. So again, like, I can't, like, to see what so many people had think pieces on what happened that night or how we were, like, what we said and this and that and stuff. And I'm like, you guys got 1 hour of a 6-7 hour night.
Exactly.
So
you didn't see everything.
I don't know what y'all saw, but I know it was nothing enough for you to think that you know what happened then.
Okay, and that's a great point too. Andreina said in her interview that it went for like 6 or 7 hours. And like, if you remember watching the episode, we didn't even hear much from Andreina at all. Like, I'm like, did she even speak at all? But another thing, I love that they did this together to be in solidarity with each other, but I do wish that they did a solo episode, each of them, because, you could see that like Olandria is not talking as much. And maybe like Chelley is just like more vocal. And obviously like, Olandria just came off the show, so maybe she's just like tired or whatever the case may be. But I just want to hear a little bit more from her. And I think that we would be able to do that with a solo interview. So hopefully she gets some solo interviews like coming up, because most of the interviews that we've been seeing have just been of her and Nick. And then with this one, it's with her and Chelley. So I just wanted to point that out.
Night. Yeah. So for us to get all that criticism and stuff, I was just like, honestly, I could care less what y'all have to say, because at the end of the day, like, everyone's sitting there, like, at least in the villa, we all were all on the same page of how we felt, and we're just speaking our truth. So the internet, you're getting whatever message that is being put out to you, but we know what happened in there. No one walked away from that conversation feeling like, oh my gosh, you guys did too much, you guys are being mean, we all felt like everyone was being real and clear about everything.
Yeah, and I think that's an important thing that has to be remembered, especially as we create this culture where, people's lives are being commented on. I mean, we've been in reality TV world for a long time, but it's becoming major now. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, our generation, like, it's like, this is the thing. But these are real people. I really hope that as a society, we can have more nuanced conversations where you can have your opinion, but I don't think you need to call CPS.
Exactly. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Why would we go that far?
Yeah, that's people's livelihood and families that you're trying to ruin and break up. That's so ridiculous. That's why, to see all this hate and stuff, I'm like, yo, I don't stand for none of that. Yeah, like, you guys are doing this and you don't know us. We don't even hate each other the way y'all hating so bad. So it's like, what is going on? Like,
that's what I was thinking too. Like, regardless of what happened in the villa, what was shown was that Huda and Chelley and Huda and Olandria made up. So it was like, to still get the mean girl shit after that, to still get all this stuff, all this backlash and stuff. I'm like, it has to be an anti-Black thing. It has to be microaggressions. And even if it's dormant inside of you, even if you don't know that you have that bias, it can still come out. Because how is it that they made up and everybody is still branding them in this way? That made no sense to me.
Y'all got a lot of time on your hands.
And I actually do want to say that to anybody that's watching this episode, as we share our opinions and we're talking about the conversation, like, that's all that it is. I know for sure they don't. I know for sure I don't wish any harm or ill to anybody. And, let's just keep that in mind when we're commenting on folks and stuff like that. Make sure that we not, don't nobody need to be truly harmed. You can be shady, boots, but no more than that.
Harm, yes.
Yeah, no harming. Have any of y'all spoke to Sierra since everything? Because I know you said Nick hasn't, but has she reached out to either of you?
I gotta check. My DMs are flooded.
I know that's right.
Girl, I'm so overwhelmed. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to probably gonna have to go to her profile to go to her messages to see if she reached out to me because she doesn't have my number yet. So
yeah.
I don't know.
You
yet.
haven't heard from her either.
No, I did get to speak to her. She did reach out. So, I mean, it's a lot going on.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I didn't get to, because like I said, we didn't know for what reason she got removed. Even when I came back, I couldn't really find what the post was or whatever, but I did see she reached out and she was just saying like, you know, she misses all of us. She hates what's happening, you know, like she's trying to like basically do better for herself, like, and just to also like reach out to all of us and say her apologies and stuff. So it was just like, okay, well, you know, I really hope you're doing amazing. Like, you know, there's a lot happening. Like, I know, I'm just trying to give her grace because it's like, you know, we're human at the end of the day. And I got to know her in the villa as a person through and through. So it's like, you know, all of this that's happening to her, I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but you know, she's taking full account of her stuff and really just trying to like get her mind right.
Yeah, accountability is definitely a big part of it. And again, I hate that any of it happened, but I think there's an opportunity of a lot of people to learn a lot of things. Yeah. So I'm glad for the education and, you know, all of that stuff. And I also do wish her well, too.
Absolutely.
There was a moment, Olandria, that I really actually liked that you did. It's a very lightweight moment. You were like to Huda, don't do that. And then Huda got she kind of responded to that very intensely. Now,
I am so glad KeKe is bringing this up. Oh, I am so glad she's bringing this up. Do y'all remember that? Literally, like, I think it was like episode 1 or 2. And she's like, y'all deserve real men. Y'all deserve real men. And the implication behind that is like the one I have right here. Like, everybody was looking like, bitch, shut the fuck up. The fuck? Nobody wants their nigga to, like, stand up, you know, and say they want to recouple with someone else. And then you have a bitch that's like, y'all deserve, ooh, I don't like this. I don't like it. Well, bitch, they don't like it either, probably. But damn. And then she goes and cries. And everybody has to, like, console her. And oh, we forgot so many moments in the early points of this villa that I was going to say Hurricane Huda, that Huda was doing. Jesus. And as a black woman that's been in that situation where the white girl cries and you're like, fuck, I'm about to just be enemy number 1. I'm about to be on the most wanted list. Because don't let somebody my complexion make someone this complexion cry. It's over with.
Don't do that. And then Huda got she kind of responded to that very intensely. Now, when you said don't do that, I lived. Because it's like, it's like, to me, how I took it was, please don't give me a moment of pity. This is no big deal. Like, I'm me, I'm good. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. Like, and I thought you were just trying to let her know, like, don't give me the sympathy of this. Because there's nothing to sympathize with. I lived for you for that. And then afterwards, I felt, you know, you kind of were now all of a sudden the bad guy, or it was all of a sudden scary. And so that made me want to ask you both, how often did you feel like you had to tone down, you know, as a black woman on a TV show, or just being a minority, or however we want to put it? It's like, if I just sang a peep or something, it's now
taken out of context.
And
I'm a bad guy. And I'm a mean girl. Like, it's very exhausting, to say the least. I truly feel like me and Chelley have to tone down a lot.
Exactly.
To not cross over that boundary, because a person that looks the opposite of us, as soon as they get emotional, it's like, oh, we're going to cater to this person. Like, bro, what about us? Like, I don't understand.
There have been multiple seasons. I mean, and even this season included, where we've seen people cuss people full out.
Exactly, yeah.
But let me and her move like that.
And what's crazy is that, you know, a lot of the times, everybody who's in that villa will tell you that they can always come to us for the best advice, to come vent to us, whatever. We're so level-headed. We're so honest. We're so loving. Like, we bring everybody a peace of mind, this and that. So to know how your fellow Islanders feel versus coming to the internet and seeing mean girl, disrespectful, angry, this, that. I'm like, wow, y'all really don't know us.
Subtle microaggressions. Yeah. And it's like, just because I'm saying something sternly, it doesn't mean you need to be afraid of me.
Exactly.
That's rooted in something that's anti-black.
Yeah.
And so it becomes the issue, because now I don't know how to exist in who I am, because I can't take my skin off. That's what's scaring you.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You know what I mean?
If it was somebody else to look like us and acted like whatever, they wouldn't be getting as much backlash at all.
And we're seeing that with Huda. She's not getting any backlash. I mean, she gets backlash from people, but she still has such a strong audience. And throughout the entire season, down to them voting for her in like the top 4 couple with Chris, and they were always shocked, like, whoa, why are we getting voted like this? Like, they still had such a dedicated fan base, to the point where she made it to the final 4 after calling Jeremiah all types of bitches and pussy ass hoes and all this shit. and damn near just wreaking havoc all around the set, all around the villa, and still having people being like, well, no, but like she's emotional and her trauma and she's a mommy. But these girls didn't get that level of grace. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah. And so, I mean, how does that lead you? Because I do think that's something that I've thought about more in different reality shows, and obviously now in this one, the more popularized. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and I would watch Survivor and I would see these elements. I'm like, now wait a minute, what is this? You know, and I feel the same way here. I mean, what do we say to that? And how do we, like, the next generation of young women that are going to be Black women that are going to be, or even just multiracial or just non-white, you know, what do you say how they can prepare themselves to be on shows like this?
I don't know if there's a way to prepare.
Honestly, all I can say is just be yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can't even, like, no matter how much you try to have a certain narrative or portray a certain narrative, whatever is put out there is out of your hands, you know? Like I said, we've been in the village or in the island with everybody to know that we're like one of the go-to people. People love us so much. Like, we bring, like I said, a sense of home to everyone. And then just to come out here and find out we're mean and this and that. So it's like, you know what? Stick to who you are. Have confidence in yourself and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I think that's really good advice because, like Olandria was saying, you can't really prepare for it. And so for everybody in the vicinity to be like, oh no, we love them, but then to come out and have all these perceptions, it's just anti-Blackness. Like, these women cannot fix anti-Blackness or racism or misogyny or microaggressions or anything like that. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself. To prepare yourself, in sense, like, don't be naive. Like, understand that you're going to do something one way and it's going to be perceived another way because of anti-Blackness in the world. But I mean, what can you do?
That's it.
I couldn't agree more, because at the end of the day, it ends up being like you can't win for losing. So just be yourself, because in 1 minute, Olandria's too stoic. Then you step in old boy's ass real quick and she's doing too much.
You see what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. I can't win for literally. I'm like, bro, like, what the that shit me to do. Literally, bro, I was so hot about that.
Oh my gosh, girl, I can only imagine. But I think you guys did a really good job at wavering that balance. And again, like I said, I know you maybe wasn't something that you're prepared for, but you are representing, and we appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy, you know. What did y'all think about the Huda and Jeremiah thing? Because it had me rolling on the floor when Taylor was like, y'all need to stop. Because it must have been probably like just a lot. I don't know what it was like. For us watching, it was a lot, but what was it like in the house?
No, it definitely took a toll on everybody. Yeah, everyone was tired. Like, we're like, yo, we didn't come here for this.
What was the reason?
We did not come here for this. Like, Huda and Jeremiah, particularly Huda, I want you to know you ruined so many people's experiences on this show. Like, watching the show and also inside of the villa. I know that y'all made up and y'all are friends and all this stuff, but as viewers, you fucking ruined particularly the beginning of this season and all throughout in your little fucking moments. You ruined it. It was awful. And what you did by behaving that way is you cultivated a fan base that literally dives behind your psychotic tendencies. And let me not say psychotic, because I know that is a clinical term. Your irrational, manipulative, and hyper-reactive reactions. You ruined it. It was exhausting for these people. And it was exhausting for us to watch too.
You know, what was the reason for the drama of it? Because he did seem to truly like her.
Then he did. He did for sure. But I think it's just like the pace of everything being too fast. Maybe, like, you know, maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, right. Why would Nick do that?
Yo, he's crazy. Nick is such a character.
Mamacita.
Like, why is that to a dog? Like, what?
I wonder about him sometimes.
Right. No, he's funny.
He is genuinely funny.
Character.
Oh my God. So yeah, it was just kind of one of those things where it just be turned into a damn twister before you knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you stand with Clark? I mean, I know nothing really crazy happened with you guys, but I mean, other than what went down, but how was it trying to develop a relationship? And then, you know, there were some moments where she was mumbling a little things. I mean,
I'm glad KeKe caught that. Because, like, obviously I think her making a couple shady faces and stuff is not the end of the world, but it's just like, Clark it. Can we Clark it, please? Like, girl, Olandria did shit to you, and you're a Casa girl, bitch. You have no rank here. You have no rank. And I love how Nick was like, no offense, Clark, but you've literally only been with Taylor for a couple days. Like, I get that y'all are doing all this. And she was like, you know, with that little fucking little hunch smile she be doing and shit. Love you down, girl. You're a beautiful girl, beautiful gowns. But, like, yeah, don't ever come for Big O.
there were some moments where she was mumbling a little things. I mean,
I just found out about that.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm just like,
shady moments, no shade, no.
And there was never really any shade on my side. Even when she pulled me first, I'm like, dang, like she made me look a little childish. Like I don't even have that in me to do that. So I was like, dang, I respect her so much. I'm like, I kind of wish she was a mean girl because I wanted to kind of, that would have been, yeah. But it's like she's so nice and so genuine. I was like, you know what? I have no choice but to be nice to this girl.
Yeah.
So to get out here and to see that she was moving like that with me, like I'm saying, walk by her, she making a face, or is mocking me. I'm like, bro, what? I was never on that with you. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, it seemed like it got competitive because she saw you still. Well,
that's our competition. So there's that.
Yeah.
And that's with anybody and everybody.
But I'm just saying, because honestly, I truly feel like before I even came into the villa, I already said like I feel like my presence intimidate a lot of people, men and women. I go through this so much, I could just walk in the room. Oh, I don't like her. I give you a reason to. So I'm finna give you a reason to now. You know what I mean? But it's like my presence really makes people so uncomfortable. Hello, clap that, and it's natural, baby. No, so no shade to nobody. But I know they're trying to do this whole compare thing. Oh, she look better. I'm like, well, I'm natural, so if you don't compare me to the natural thing of.
If you're going to compare me, if you're going to compare noses and lips and cheeks and waists and boobies, compare me to the real thing, bitch. Huh? That killed me. People being like, oh my God, they got off the villa and they're just like trying to be like, Huda. Huh? Huda not even trying to be like, Huda, bitch. The fuck?
Whoever that is. That's just my thing.
And I
don't
love
like
when
that.
you stand on your business
I
because
don't like
you
that.
deserve that. Looking how you look, girl, and being how you are. I mean, you're so lovely.
Thank you.
You really are.
Thank you.
But yeah, I know, I agree. So that's why I was asking, like, is there a conversation? Is there a friendship now that
we were actually genuinely nice to each other. I did not have a problem with Clark. I was not upset that Clark was exploring Taylor or Taylor was exploring Clark. I'm like, you know what? That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I was upset with him because of the way he went about it. He was not honest with me.
And you look, Olandria is a great girl too, because she never once directed her ire or her frustration towards Clark. She never did. She was always taking it up with Taylor's ass.
Like when I'm looking back and I'm saying this, he never found Olandria physically attractive. That never came to my ears at all. I would not be going hard for a guy that told me that. Like if you don't find me physically attractive, I'd rather just be your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to force you to like me. What the I'm Olandria. Be clear. He complimented me like all touchy feely, making me breakfast, making me dinner, lunch, whatever. Always in the kitchen for me cooking. So I'm like, bro, you think I be acting like this over a man that don't like me? Get for real.
And what sign was he?
Gemini. I literally said
whenever the signs are together,
when I first met him, I'm like, when's your birthday? He was like June 2nd. I'm like, oh hell no, you're a Gemini. He was like, is something wrong with that? No, I called it. I called it.
I've been in love with some Geminis before. They didn't love me back.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I'm a Gemini. I'm like, bro, I don't need act like me. I keep saying that, right?
Because y'all are the air signs are very in the air. Y'all are like
literally.
What sign is Ace?
A Leo.
Okay, Leo is a perfect.
They are. So I'm like, that's why we go together.
Is he August or July?
August.
August what?
8th.
Oh, my best friend is August 9th. That's weird.
Wow, that's
my best friend
crazy.
August 9th. I'm 26. You're
25th.
25th. That's crazy. That's a connection.
It is.
Okay, wait a minute. Brian and Amaya, Endgame. Did y'all see it coming?
Honestly, I love Amaya Papaya.
Yeah,
honey,
that's girl.
I just tell you how much it really was hurting my feelings. How they weren't letting her live in her culture, in her nature. It seemed like everybody in the beginning, well, not the girls.
I was like, we let her live. We loved her.
But the guys, it seemed like they weren't really understanding. It's like they didn't get who she was, and that's why I did like when Brian was like, hey man, this is how we are.
We loved it.
Yeah. I mean, in that moment, that was a stand on business. And also he was in another couple too. So it was him really coming from a place of.
Who was Brian with at the time? Was he with Jaden? No, Jaden was with Austin. I forgot who he was with. He was with Andreina.
Like just being someone who's has the same culture as hers.
Yes. And I did think it was important because I do feel like it was an educating moment because I did feel like it was a little microaggressive with her in the beginning based on the culture. Like I feel like people were not necessarily immediately getting that it was just her nature and her vibe. And so when he brought that up and said that, I was like, okay, it's not just in my head. That was a big moment for me because I felt like that was the biggest way that Amaya was misunderstood.
Yeah.
Was just living in her culture and people not knowing how to read that or, you know, how to take it. And it really just being a culture shock kind of, or like a clash type of thing. So I was happy they won. I was definitely happy. I got to know Amaya more. You know, I was happy for her. Like we were saying earlier, you were very open with your sexuality coming on the show. And again, something that empowered me because I also do feel like as women, a lot of times when it comes to our sexual nature or just our appetites, it's got to be all very nipped and sealed, you know, but you were very chill and cool and it was really dope to see. I mean, was there any moment in you that were like, oh, I don't want people to know this or I worry about judging or how did you even get to that place of being able to just be like that?
I never cared only because like my parents, they never made me feel like I had to care. Like I remember the first girl that I started talking to or dating, like I remember it was my dad who asked me like, you like girls? And I was like, actually I do. And then he was like, okay. He was like, so, you know, what about that? And then we just had a conversation about it. Then my mom, she was like, I think I ended up telling her or she said to me, she was like, just so you know, you never have to come out to me or anything. She's like, because the same way you wouldn't come to me and tell me you're dating guys is the same way you don't have to come and tell me you're dating girls. Like you do whatever you want. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. So
that's so, oh my God, that is so beautiful. As like a bisexual girl myself that had a horrific outing moment, like I didn't really come out, I was outed. It just makes me feel so happy that like her and her black ass Haitian parents were so accepting of her being queer.
My thing was always like, I don't care to be put in no label and box like, oh, you're this, you're that. No, I'm just Chelley. I like what I like and I do what I want. That's just it. So I know when I was coming to the show, I was like, you know, I don't care if people know because that's just who I am. So you either take it or you don't.
I live. And I know Ace lived too, because it seemed like he's the kind of guy that really likes authenticity, boldness, people that are living in their truth. And I was really impressed with how we started learning more of that about you. His response seemed really cool. I mean, in those moments, did y'all have conversations about it afterwards that we maybe didn't see?
No, it was always like he just took me for who I am. Like that's really it. Like that. And everything about me he loves. And like we're literally one and the same. So we're just always on the same page and accord about everything. So it was never a thing where he was like, so about that. He was like, oh, okay, hell yeah. Anyways, and he's not also someone who's like, you know, some guys will make a fetish out of it. Like, oh my God. He's not going for that. He's like, okay, but you like me though, right? And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, what do you mean? So, you know, like he's cool.
I mean, when you're learning about what America thinks, let's talk about it. Yeah, because I already know how you guys feel about it coming out of it. But during the house, when y'all would be learning about the eliminations or just what people votes and everything like that, what was surprising you the most? And what had you scratching your head like, is there something I'm missing?
You want to go first?
Yeah, definitely. When I was ranking us, I'm like 1 through 10. I'm like, hold the hell up. Why should number 9? She didn't saying about me in the damn confessionals. I'm thinking like, is she, what the I'm second guessing like, oh, hell no. Like, this is my soul sister. Don't tell me she stabbed me in the back. Like, I really could not fathom why her and Sierra were so low. I'm like, bro, these are my go-to girls. I need to look into that. But it's like, how can I not look into that? I have no access to that.
Right. All
I can do is go off of their word. I'm like, bro, this is really rubbing me wrong. So I'm asking Shelly, like, girl, what you do?
And I'm like, I don't know. Because to be honest, it's crazy. Like, I remember seeing Ace being put at the bottom so many times. And I'm looking like, am I missing something? What you was doing at Casa?
Ace was seeming like he was in the back with the producers playing chess. I'm like, Ace, what do you know? He was always seeming like he knew. And you know, it's just the way that we're seeing it on the TV. We don't really know what's going on. But I swear he seemed like he was in Dexter's lab. And I'm like, how does he know this? How did he know this? He seemed like,
it was so funny to come out and see that he's like this villain because we're looking at each other like, what? Like no one in the island thought that he was a villain or anything or that he ran the show. So it was just like to.
Did you hear that? Nobody in the villa thought that he was a villain or ran the show. Okay, proceed.
See that this is what everyone's saying is crazy. That's why we have to watch. We have to watch. Like we haven't yet.
Is something, I tell you.
I have to say that. But even seeing like even that challenge she's talking about, when it was the Islanders who first did the ranking and we were always high up. Like everyone thought we were most genuine, most trustworthy. But then when it came to America, they were on the opposite of the spectrum. So I'm like, yo, America, what is happening? Like, are y'all seeing what we're seeing? Because we're confused. And again, we don't know what's happening on the outside, what you guys are seeing. So it started having me scratch my head, like, what is being put out there? So there's no way y'all
okay, maybe they're not seeing what's real. You know what I mean?
I'm like, America hates me. They have to, because I don't understand where any of this is coming from.
And would the producers try to calm you guys down or like not let you get, because I mean, they're giving this information and then they pulling it away. But I'm sure you're having questions like, are you guys allowed to ask, or do they?
We can't know anything, and it does help in a way so that social media doesn't get stuck in your head all day.
And also, I feel like they give America a chance to vote and influence the game, but you don't want them to have so much say to where people are now changing their moves and changing the way that they're acting just because they are seeing what social media is saying about them. I think it's enough just to have us do the vote, but I'm sure that must be jarring. Like, what the fuck? But I love that after that vote, Ace and Chelley, paired off together and they went and talked and they were like, as long as you and I are locked in, I don't care what America has to say. That's how I knew. I was like, oh, they're genuine as hell. Like I've been new, but it was like in that moment when they were like, well, I don't care. I don't care how they view us. It's just like, how do you view me? Like, does this change the way you view me? And they agreed like, no. And so now they're like living happily ever after. I'm so glad they didn't let that get into their head too much.
But it also is a thing of like, damn, what is happening? But they don't watch the show while
did you feel like people would start changing, like even after the Maybelline challenge, or when people are finding out people's favorites? Because honestly, I'll say this was also one of the reasons why people were giving this certain feedback to Sierra, was they felt she was so influencer ready. They felt like, girl, you ready to just do the dang, be the star type of situation. Did you guys feel at any moment on the show, maybe from her or from anybody, that there was too much awareness around what this can lead to, or just trying to win?
No, and that's what someone's saying. Like, no one ever sat here and talked about, oh my god, the finale's coming up, or this, that. Like, we all were in the moment. We always said like, this feels like a big family vacation. Like, when you go on your friend's vacation and this person ends up like that person, whatever. It just all felt so cool that you forget that this is actually a TV show that's happening right now. Like, even seeing certain clips that's happening, we're like, wow, I didn't even realize like this would be something that's being put in there. So no one was ever thinking of like, we're on a show. It genuinely was like, we're having fun together. So nobody, I don't feel like, at least to me, I don't feel like anybody was moving a type of way to have a certain image.
Literally. And with us not knowing the dates, it's like we didn't even know how far or how close the end date was. So when it came down to it, I'm like, dang, I didn't think I was gonna make it this far. Like, I honestly was not thinking about the end goal at all.
Yeah. Wow. Was there any situation that you felt like, okay, America's low-key hating? Because obviously you have to depend on America. They're voting. This is the one. But was there any elimination or anything that happened where you were like, now, can we trust y'all, America?
Yeah, definitely the rank thing. That did it for me.
The rank thing, and then also them voting off Ace and Chelley. I was like, y'all are dumb. Y'all are idiots. Y'all are racist, or y'all are 12, or y'all are all of the above. Like, oh my God.
To some people, I'm like, what? And then other people, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I'll give you that. that. So I was like, America, y'all confusing me.
Yeah.
No, no.
Same.
Yeah,
because I couldn't understand why Chelley was down there. But when I got out, I'm like, oh, so Chelley's a mean girl? Like, I was so thrown off by that because, like she said, we were the go-to people. Hence why they acted the way they did when I got released from Casa. I'm like, if I was such a mean girl, why is these girls crying over me? Like, all of them.
Period.
I'm the glue.
Huda almost put herself in that damn suitcase. Trying to go with her.
The mother, I'm all these things, but I'm a mean girl. Like, come on now. That's when you should check yourself. Like, you know what they're showing us is not enough. Exactly. Thank you. We were not mean girls. So please, let's clear that narrative up right now.
Love Island. That island is some crazy stuff.
It is.
It's so unique, that experience.
It is.
And I'm so glad that we got to meet you guys through the show. And I can't wait for everything else that we're going to be doing with y'all. But before I let y'all go, we have to play a game. The game is called Truth or Tea, okay?
Okay.
Now, I ask a spicy question. This is how it works. I ask a spicy question. You either keep it real or tell the truth, or you can phone an islander and let them spill it for you.
Now, one of us?
No, literally, you can pull out your phone and you can call somebody else to answer the question for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you want to. Now, you don't get a bunch of calls. You just get one. So pick wisely.
Okay.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so excited.
KeKe is a key, boy.
Who was low-key flirting off camera but acting innocent on screen?
Like low-key flirting? I don't think anybody.
Everybody was keeping it real.
Yeah, they were keeping it real. Yeah.
Okay. Who was the most performative in the villa? Give names, not vibes.
Performative as in like
just put on a
ready
show.
for TV.
What'd you say?
Don't be shy, guys.
No, I'm genuinely trying to think, because this kind of goes with that last conversation of like, was anyone trying to act away? And I don't think anyone was trying to act away. No one was giving performative. I'll say that.
Yeah. All the cameras are hidden. It's not like you got a cameraman in your face. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you got genuine reactions.
Okay.
I did not know that. I did not know the cameras were hidden. I did not know that. That makes so much sense.
Who got a better edit than they deserved?
Take it away, Chelley.
Tell that you guys. So let me say this before they even get into it, guys. It's opinions.
Yeah.
No hate, no shade, no tea. Everybody have a right to say how they feel, how they think. It don't mean nothing negative. So let's put this disclaimer before we even get any further. Y'all know y'all want the tea. So, give context and let these girls live.
Yeah.
So who got a better edit than they deserve?
I'm a phone on Islander.
Go ahead, call them out. Oh my gosh, Ace is going to give it to us real.
Yeah.
Please don't be in the gym or dancing.
What Ace gonna say?
Not too much. Hello? Hey, so I get to phone an Islander for a question. Do you mind answering?
Come on, boo. Hey, what's up, Ace? It's your girl KeKe. I'm interviewing your boo right now, and I'm asking them some questions. And so she phoned an Islander because she wanted to opt out of answering, and I'm so glad she called you because I know you're going to give it to me real. The question is, who got a better edit than they deserve?
Well, in that case, I felt like there was a lot that, America didn't really get to see from everybody. We all had our ups and downs throughout this whole entire experience, but I feel like they edited what they wanted to edit, which is okay in the end because we all know.
So the answer is Jeremiah. I'm just playing. Okay, thank you, Ace, for that wonderful PR.
Y'all ain't give a shit.
Answer. You are the man. Nice to meet you over the phone lines.
Now, I would love to meet you in person one day, KeKe. You amazing for real.
Oh my gosh, so are you? We got to have you on the show because they want to hear what you got to say.
Period.
Yeah, but do they?
Keeping it a little too real. Got us
Hilarious. All right, I'm about to go.
All
right, later.
Okay, rank your top 3 kissers from the villa.
Number 1, me.
Period, because everybody wants to kiss you.
Okay.
Even Sarah was like,
I'll give myself number 1. Who's 2 and 3?
No, you said your
individually, your top 3.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh, my top 3. Oh, as in who I kissed.
Yeah.
Yep. No.
Oh, Ace.
Period.
That's not fair, bro.
You can push her. That's your girl.
No, for real.
Okay, it'll be Ace. I'll give number 2 to Sierra. And 3, there's no other kisses that really stood out to me when I think about it.
You ain't like
maybe Chris. I'll give Chris.
Oh, Chris over Austin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Casa.
Top 3.
Nick. Apparently, our kisses is very steamy. I see that all over the internet.
Yeah.
You so cute. That smile.
Thank you. He makes me giggly.
Yo! Okay, y'all know I'm a Nicolandria, but oh wow! Oh! I'm glad KeKe picked that up.
Nick. I'll have to say Ace too because me and Ace have kissed a few times. I'll have to say Jeremiah. Jeremiah's kisses.
I actually did like Jeremiah on the show. I was sad when he got removed.
Yeah.
I really was. I thought he was really good on the show and seemed like a cool dude. So I was sad when he left. If you had to couple up with someone else in the final week, who would it have been?
Take it away.
No, that's messy.
Force.
Who was left?
Not even if they were left.
Just anyone else.
Oh, probably Chris. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris is handsome.
Yeah.
A gentle giant.
Chris too. Both of y'all, Chris. Yes. Yeah. Chris was very cute. He was not carrying that girl. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 2, they fumbled hard. How much do you think your man regrets how he handled things at Casa?
Oh, 0.
Yeah.
I don't think Ace did anything in Casa, but exploring.
Yeah.
Not that much. Yeah.
Do you think Taylor regretted anything?
Probably not. I mean, they obviously have a genuine connection. He is with the girl that he truly likes, and I respect that. So I don't think he regrets anything. And he shouldn't. That's what we're there for.
Do you regret anything?
No, honestly,
not exploring.
I did explore. I tried to talk to as many people as possible, but it's just
I mean, you did. What was the boy name?
Zach.
Zach. Yeah, he was very cute.
Yeah, he was cute.
He was very cute. He was confusing me. I always wanted some kisses and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, I told you guys, like, I'm a slow burner,
Yeah,
which is why I'm like, I was confused on why he picked me, because like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a slow burner, but you
You
asked
said
me for
that.
a kiss
Yeah.
on day 2. Like, that doesn't make sense.
He just knows he's fine.
Yeah.
It's hard when they know that.
Right.
Okay, this is the last one. During the Stand on Business Challenge, do you think Huda had a reasonable response?
No.
Continue.
No.
Expand.
I mean, the apology stuff, like, that's reasonable. Like, you're trying to take accountability and stuff. Just the explanation is like apology, but so the explanation of things, it just didn't make sense. It would have just been better to just be like, sorry, that's it. To try to get me to understand why, it was just like beyond me, because it's like, it's not like it's a legit good reason, so that's all.
It makes no sense.
You, same thing? Yeah, nothing to add. All right. Girls, they really had to pull me away from you two, because that is how much I've enjoyed hanging out with y'all.
Right.
Y'all are absolutely lovely. Girl, I really loved hanging with y'all, and I hope that everything goes good at the reunion. And
Of course.
when you guys get a chance to watch the show, despite whatever America says, I hope that you know that you really were wonderful. You really were.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully they see this and see that. Because we were actually there. Y'all only get, like she said, like the
hour
business
within 24 hours.
Exactly. So, like,
in our days. So, and also it's an experience that no one can ever like understand unless you're living it out. Like I said, anyone could have sat down with me and told me this is exactly how it goes. This is going to happen, whatever. And you still won't understand until you're actually there. So,
But I'll be honest. Love shows itself in weird ways. And one thing I've learned being in the public eye for many years is, honestly, sometimes that hate is really love.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel it. You don't want to see the comments. You don't want it. But honestly, if they don't say it, then you ain't on their mind.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, thanks, boo.
Exactly.
A little bit.
You're absolutely right. Yes, absolutely.
Thanks.
Glad you think about me.
Exactly. Thank you for coming on, baby. This is KeKe Palmer.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, I thought that was actually a really good interview. I encourage all of you guys to watch the full thing. If you stayed this long, baby, you're a part of the family. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Join the family, girl. I'm gonna try to get this video up pretty quick because I know the clips are already out of this interview. I think this really humanized them. I was glad that they were asked some really good questions about like some deep questions that we had, like the Taylor shit and exploring Casa and Huda standing on business. Like, she asked some really good questions. I would be interested to get a solo interview with them now, because this was taken directly after they left. So now, after consuming all the media, seeing everything, being able to settle, being able to talk to your homegirl, your mama, your grandma, like grounding yourself, I wonder what they have to say now, especially because it seemed like Olandria was kind of tired and overwhelmed. I mean, this is a brand new life. And we've since seen her interact with his mom and sister online. And she made the post saying, I hope this, seed of love lasts forever, for eternity. And, her and Nick did the live, and they've done a ton of press with ET and Access Hollywood, and really gotten to deepen their bond and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see where everybody is right now and what their next interview is. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want more reaction content, whether it's Love Island related or otherwise, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.